come down onto our tummies now, and we'll have our TheraBands nearby. And we're going to start, if you have a towel for under your forehead, feel free to use it. And we're going to start with our hands under our hip bones again, so that your hip bone is sitting in your palm. And with about 10% of effort, you'll feel the hip bones sinking into the palms. And you can exhale as you do that. Inhale, let that release, fill the ribs with air. And exhale, feel the hips sinking with about 10% of the effort into the palms. And we'll inhale, let that release. We're going to build on. We'll exhale, feel the hips sink into the palms. We'll float the right leg up and down. Left leg floats up, leg is straight, and down. So as we alternate sides, feel that the hip bones are still pressing into the palms with equal weight on the two sides. You may also notice that your pelvis half moves a little bit when that leg moves. That's normal. That's how the body's designed to move. Let's do one more on each side. Using your breath as you exhale, floating up. Inhale down. Exhale, float. And inhale down. Hands stay there. We'll move to the upper body. Inhale, upper body floats. And exhale down. You can also exhale on the way up if that's helpful for you. Either of those breath patterns is fine. Keep that pelvic press into the palms as we float the upper body up. And down one more time. We're just activating the low back muscles with that pelvic press. And lowering down. We're going to keep the head down now. Hands are still under the palms. Let's reach the right leg so long that it floats off of the floor. And then we'll bring the heel to the bum. Doesn't matter how close it gets. And then we'll straighten that leg down. Again, feeling for this equal press through the hip bones. Left leg reaches so long it floats. Bend the knee. Heel comes to the bum. And down. Right leg floats. Heel to the bum, straighten out and down. Left leg floats, heel to the bum, straighten and down. So we're going to add our flight into that. So we'll inhale to prepare. And as we exhale, upper body floats up. Weight is into the palms, or hip bones, or weight is into the palms. Then right leg grows long. Heel comes to the bum and down. Keep breathing. Left leg floats. Heel to the bum and down. Right leg floats. Heel to the bum and down. Left leg floats. Heel to the bum and down. Let's lower the head. We can take the hands out from the hips and just rock the pelvis from side to side for a little release here. And then we are going to bring our hands into a goalpost position. And we're going to press into our hands and energize down towards the toes. And we'll feel the pelvic press still happening. We'll inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to float the body up into flight. We're still energizing with our hands. And we'll let the right leg grow long. And this time we're going to do 2 pulses to the bum. Kick and down. Left leg grows long and kick and down. Keep pulling with the hands. Kick and down. Pelvis is sinking into the mat. Kick and down. So we're finding that pelvic press. We're energizing with the hands. We're feeling collarbones move backwards in space. Let's do one more on each side. Kick and down. And kick and down. Let's lower down. I'm going to grab onto our TheraBand. We're going to bring it overhead No, before we do that, you can use this for a quad stretch, or you can use your hands, okay? So we're going to feel for our pelvis is sinking, and you can rest your head, your forehead on your hand. And using either your TheraBand or your hand, you'll hold on to this leg. Feel for the pelvis pressing. And we're going to press the foot into the hand, and we'll float that leg for 3 counts. You might feel your thigh bone come off of the mat, or maybe not. So as we exhale, press into the hand for 3, 2, 1, and then we'll lower down for 3, 2, 1. Again, we'll press 3, 2, 1, lower 3, 2, 1. One more time, press 3, 2, 1, lower down for 3, 2, 1. Let's switch sides. We'll bring the other hand under the forehead. Feel for the pelvis sinking, and we'll hold on to that left leg. Hip bones and pubic bones stay anchored to the mat as we press the foot into the hand for 3, 2, 1. Lower 3, 2, 1. Pressing 3, 2, 1. Lower 3, 2, 1. Last time, pressing 3, 2, 1. Lowering 3, 2, 1. We'll let that release. Now we'll take the TheraBand and we're going to place it over our back body. Depending on the length of your arms and the length of your torso, it will end up in different places wherever your arm is straight. Palms are facing down. Pelvis sinks. We're going to add a little bit of tension, so pulling the band away from the hands away from one another, and then floating the upper body. Inhale, grow really long, and then we'll exhale, lowering down, and you can release that tension with the band. Inhale here. Exhale, pulling on the TheraBand, floating the upper body. Back of the neck stays nice and long. Inhale, grow long from head to toe, and exhale, lowering down. Inhale, breathing into the back of the ribs. Exhale, pulling on the band, floating the upper body. Pelvis is sinking. Collarbones moving backwards in space. Inhale, grow longer. And exhale down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pull, coming up into flight. Inhale, grow longer. And exhale, lowering down. We're going to bring that TheraBand now overhead. So our arms are going to be in you can rock the pelvis from side to side here to give a little release for the low back. So you can have your head on your towel, forehead on your towel. And arms are in like a wide V, holding onto your band. And we're going to feel for the arms to be plugged into the back. Left hand is going to press gently into the floor. Pelvis sinks into your mat, and we'll float just the right arm up. You may want to come up into a little bit of a flight here, hovering the nose. That's okay. And we'll lower that arm down. Right hand presses into the floor. Left arm hovers. Pelvis sinking into the mat and lowering down. We'll alternate. Left hand presses, right hand floats. And lower. So I'm coming up into like a mini flight. You can sort of just see what your body wants as I'm lifting and lowering my arms. It's easier or more comfortable, I should say, for my body if I can come up into a bit of an extension. We're alternating sides. And last one. And down. Okay, so now arms are still overhead. We're going to widen the band a little bit there, a little bit of tension, not too much. And then we'll see, can we come up into a flight and hover the arms? And we'll lower the arms and we'll lower the head. If that feels yucky for your low back, stick with one arm at a time. Let's try that one more time. We'll apply a little bit of tension, widening the band. Feel the pelvis sinking. Upper body floats up. Feel the shoulder blades still gliding down the back. And the arms maybe hover. And then lower down and let that release. Okay, so now we're going to ditch the TheraBand, but we're going to stay in this position. We're almost there. You guys are doing so good. We're going to combine actually, you might want to use your TheraBand for your quad. We're going to combine our arms and the quad stretch that we did. So let's start with our left arm reaching overhead in that wide V. And the right hand is either holding the TheraBand around the shin or the foot. So it's almost like I'm in this like diagonal opposite arm and knee. So I can reach out of my right knee and my left fingertip. My pelvis is sinking. I'm going to inhale here. And as I exhale, pressing into my left, inhale to prepare. Pressing my right foot into my right hand. Maybe that leg floats. And then coming into a low flight, and letting that left arm hover and lowering down. I'll try and cue that a little more smoothly. Let's inhale here. We'll exhale, press right foot into right hand, hover into flight, left hand floats. Left shoulder blade still gliding down the back and lower down. Let's do one more here. Inhale, exhale, pressing into the right hand, hovering arm and upper body, and then lowering down. Let's let that release. We'll switch sides. If the arm overhead is just not working for you, just do the leg stretch with the flight, and you can leave the arm at your, like in a goalpost position. Left hand holding left foot or TheraBand. Feel the pelvis sinking towards the mat. We'll inhale here. As we exhale, left foot presses into left hand, upper body flight, right arm floats. Reach the right hand and left knee away from one another. And then we'll lower down. Inhale here. Exhale, pressing into the left hand. Pelvis is sinking, upper body floats. Inhale, grow longer. And exhale, lower. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, float, right arm floats. Inhale, grow longer. And exhale, lower. Let's release that leg. We're going to push back into a rest pose position or child's pose. And you can place a blanket or bolster under your hips if that helps you feel more comfortable. Head can be heavy in front. And if you want, you can shift a little bit from side to side, just breathing. Feel the back ribs expand with your inhale. And exhale, release. Let's do one more big breath here. Inhale into the back body. And exhale, release. Coming into a quadruped, I'm going to tuck my toes under. And then I'm going to lift my hips towards the ceiling. Knees can stay bent as you come into this pike if that's what you need. Shoulder blades are gliding down the back. Head is heavy in the hands. Then bending the knees as we walk the hands in towards the toes. Let the head and arm be heavy. Take a big breath into the back body here. And as we exhale, pressing into the feet, feel the ribs initiate this lift back, rolling up. Head and arms are heavy. And if when you get all the way up, you feel any lightheadedness, float the arms overhead, pump your hands like fists. And then we're going to finish with, we'll do a slow roll down, a little bit of a zombie, and a slow roll up. So feet are under our hips. We'll nod the chin towards our throat. Feel the breastbone soften, ribs soften, and let's roll down one vertebrae at a time. Soften the knees, allow for a little bend. When you get to the bottom, wherever that is for you, we'll sway gently from side to side. Let your head and arms be heavy, staying low as you sway. We'll come through center. Let's press through the feet. We're going to roll up for a count of 8. So we'll start rolling up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1. When you get to the top, feel free to lift the hands up to, if you have any lightheadedness. Shift your weight over the arches of the foot. Notice that pelvis is neutral, ribs above pelvis. Just notice, check in with your body, notice what you feel. Take 1 more breath here. And exhale.